What's happening, people, and welcome back to the Sport Kick channel. And today what I've got for you is my top 5 Premier League players to watch next season. The first player that I think everyone should be watching next season is Ferran Torres, and we all know that Pep Guardiola is an admirer of Ferran Torres. He said it in a post-match interview. Now that Aguero's gone, he's going to have more game time, because Pep said, I think he said that he wants to turn him into a striker, or that he could be turned into a striker after he scored a hat-trick against Newcastle. And that goal against Newcastle was just so good. And watching him this season, you can just see that he's got a goal-scoring instinct and he knows where to be. I can't believe that Man City actually only paid 20 million for him, because there's so many players that cost like triple or quadruple the amount and who haven't like even gave a return as good as he. He's a very good player, and I think he can do the business next season in an exciting team. They're probably going to romp the league again. Probably going to get far in the Champions League again and bottle it. But he's a very good player, Ferran Torres, and I think you should be watching out for him next season. So my next player is Nicolas Pepe, and Nicolas Pepe actually had a good season last season. He didn't ask to be £72 million. It's not his fault. You can't blame the price tag on him. Just accept that he's a decent player. He's outperformed his XG by 3, which is a pretty good return. Scored 10 goals. He had a strong season. He's got a lot of time yet to prove his doubt was wrong. Just give him some time and I think he could become a decent player for Arsenal. So my third player is Ivan Toney of Brentford. This is the first time Brentford have been in the Premier League for over half a century, I believe. But he's one of the best strikers in the Championship. Obviously, he broke the goal record there. 31 goals, 10 assists, unreal season. One of the best seasons in Championship history. Obviously, I just can't see him not succeeding in the Prem. He's one of those players that seems like he can do it in any league he plays in. He's done it in the League One, for Peterborough. He's done it in the Championship for Brentford, and I feel like he's going to do it in the Premier League for Brentford as well. Being the first season in the Championship for him, breaking the goal record is genuinely crazy, and I think that's an underrated stat. Obviously, we see players like Tammy Abraham from Chelsea go on loan to the Championship and succeed, and go into the Premier and succeed again. I think it's a similar story to that. It just he hasn't gone on loan from a Premier League club. My point is that he can just score goals. He's so good at scoring goals, which sounds stupid because he's a striker and he's meant to be good at it. Brentford play a nice style of football under Thomas Frank though, so either way they're going to be a nice team to watch. I don't think they'll get relegated, and Toney will be a big reason to why I don't think they will. If he hits the 10 goals mark, that's still a good season, but I can genuinely see him like surpassing that. He's a very good player. Anyway, that's my third pick for players I think you should be watching next season. So next up is Leeds' Rafinha, and Rafinha's a very good player. He's very good on the ball. He's got a Brazilian flair to him where he likes doing some skills, he dribbles well. And last season he got 15 goal contributions in 30 games played. Now in your first season in Premier League at 24, coming from the French League, where usually a lot of people were like doubted because the French League is classed as a farmers league. But no, he had a very good season, and I think next season could possibly be even better. The only thing I would say is that he needs to add more goals to his game, which I think he can do. He is a very good player, he's very talented, and obviously under Bielsa can improve anyone. Like Patrick Bamford scored 16 17 goals in the Premier League this season, so that says it all really. But next season he's a very exciting player. The next season I think it'd be worthwhile watching him. He's a very exciting player to watch, good on the ball, good off the ball, and overall just one of them players that gets you off your seat. So my next player is Emi Buendia, and obviously Emi Buendia is a very good football player with 1 goal and 7 assists in his last season in the Premier League. Not an awful return for your first season, especially when you're playing for a team like Norwich who were rock bottom of the league. They didn't win many games. They overall just haven't got very good players around them. Obviously just coming up to the Premier League again with Norwich, I don't think he's going to stay there. I do think he's going to go to Aston Villa, which is a very good move and a very exciting move, because you're gonna have like Grealish, you're gonna have El Ghazi, you're gonna have Bertrand Traore, you're gonna have Ollie Watkins, and an array of good players which he just doesn't have at Norwich around him. And with 15 goals and assists last season in the Championship, I can only see this succeeding on me. He's a very talented football player and a good return in the Championship, and not an awful return in the first season he had in the Premier League. And like I said though, with better players around him, I can only see this going well. In an ambitious Aston Villa team, we've been linked with Ward-Prowse, with obviously Buendia himself, and a lot of other just talented football players, which shows they're ambitious to go into Europe, or push for Europe at least. Then I can only see this going well for Villa, and it's a lot of money, £40 million for a player who's just come up from the Championship. But I mean, he's born on Christmas Day, he's bound to be good. Enough said. Emi Buendia, you should be watching him next season, no matter where he is. I have got some honourable mentions, which is Yves Bissouma, Kai Havertz, Ollie Watkins, Saïd Benrahma, and Jesse Lingard. And the reason why I left all of these out is because they all already play in the Premier League. I know Pepe, Rafinha, and Torres already do as well, but I feel like they've obviously got something more to prove than these players. But they're my honourable mentions. Anyway, that wraps up the top 5 players who I think you should be watching next season. If you could like and subscribe, that would mean a lot. I'm trying to upload as frequently as I can. Let me know some ideas you want to see down below as well, that would mean a lot. Anyway, like I said, that's it from me, and goodbye.